computer. There you go. Hey guys, welcome to Comic Spot. Today I have a fabulous guest back on again today. And yes, she has something to plug that's of importance. I want to read you a little bit about our guest real fast here. I got it off her bio on her Facebook. On her website, lindsayglazer.com. It says that she can be heard on Sirius XM Radio, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer, Amazon Music, Tidal, and Pandora, and can be seen on Comedy Central. She's a stand-up comedian and a stand-up gal, too. A voiceover artist, a writer, lawyer, and expert witness who tours all over the country and is a paid regular at clubs all over the stinking country. But she didn't say stinking, I did. Welcome right now. You can't see her. That's the way she wanted it today. That's the way she's going to get it. Lindsay Glazer, you guys.
Thank you. Just to be clear, on Comedy Central, you can see me on Sit and Spin, which is a storytelling show, not stand-up. And sometimes people forget to put the Sit and Spin on my credit, and that always bothers me because I don't want people to think I'm trying to be unethical. But I was on Sit and Spin, which is storytelling, not stand-up. But I told the very comedic story about the time I got arrested by working for Harry Connick Sr., who was the district attorney in New Orleans.
Whoa.
And that's how I got my very first TV credit.
Wow, I want to hear that story.
So maybe not today. I won't even remember all of it. But one day soon. So I'm here to plug my album. I have my very first live album recording in Comedy Dynamics on December 16th and 17th at 7:30. I'll appear sooner, like, with my photo and stuff. But right now, just got out of the shower. So that's for, that I appear with my photo on OnlyFans, not here. And so that's a joke, sort of. Although I did recently talk to OnlyFans about doing some comedy. But I have my album recording December 16th and 17th at Wise Guys Comedy Club, located in the Arts District. As usual, if you're a military dude and you can prove it, your first drink is on me, or female, obviously. I love to see you all there. If you let me know that you found me from Linda, we give you free merch. And I can't wait to share with you guys new stuff. And I'm really excited about the partnership with Comedy Dynamics. So that's where we're at.
Huge. Yeah. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait. When does the Comedy Dynamics thing happen?
16th and 17th, both nights. They're recording the album. And then the album comes out usually about 3 months after they record to allow them time for post-production and edit. And then you start hearing me on Sirius, etc. again, assuming a Sirius, accepts those tracks. And so, I have like more clean tracks on this album because that's what Sirius looks for.
Got it. Fabulous. And when again is your Wise Guys?
December 16th and 17th is the live album recording at 7:30 at night. Comedy Dynamics will be there that night, their sound engineer, to record me, and then the album will come out 3 months later. Linda, are you coming?
Yes, I'm going to be there.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
See you there.
I'll be there both nights, the 16th and the 17th, right?
Yep.
I'll be there.
Yay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're a priority in my book.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're the realest and nicest. And and I don't know about this alpha bitch thing you call yourself. I think you're the nicest person and you try to keep it under wraps. I get it.
Well, alpha bitch is kind of like it's a thing that people called me when I started standing up for myself. And so it's more like tongue in cheek. I don't think I'm a bitch at all. I just think I have good boundaries. That doesn't make me a bitch. But if you're a female and have boundaries, people think of it as being a bitch because they're not used to females with boundaries.
Yeah.
But the reason alpha bitch came, I don't know if you saw my comedy page, is actually I used to be like a people pleaser. I was too nice growing up. And people like walked all over me. I think you saw it. I did a lot of like people pleasing. Like, I used to do a lot of things to make people like me, like buy them gifts, loan them money, fake a pregnancy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so alpha bitch is like a thing that I used to be afraid of people to call me a bitch, but now I just embody it.
Got it.
If you think I'm a bitch because you wrote me a DM asking me for help for you to book you somewhere, and I've never met you or seen your comedy, and you started off by saying, I don't know, I get a lot of crazy DMs like this. Like, I'm a better comic than you are. If you're headlining that place, I should definitely be headlining it. What's the booker's name? I just don't respond to that shit. That's fine if you think that out loud, but I'm not here to help you with that.
Oh my gosh. I got to feature for Jimmy Earl, and I was trying to get a guest spot for one guy, and because Jimmy needed to fill a spot, and this person was going around behind my back saying, I can't believe they're going to have her be the feature.
And you found out. It's so stupid. It's such a dumb thing. There's no point in talking shit about anyone unless you are so insecure. Look, there's plenty of people who've been doing comedy longer than me who are better comics, and there's plenty of people who aren't. But everyone has to start somewhere, right? The
Yeah.
first time I featured, I wasn't the best amazing feature. You know, you have to work up to that thing.
Yeah.
You have to suck at something to be good at it.
Yeah, that's right. I've had 71.
No one just like rolls out of bed and becomes Kevin Hart or, Dave Chappelle.
Not even they did.
Right, that's what I mean. Exactly.
Exactly.
Although Kevin Hart is like uncancelable. That dude is so impressive. He came out in his book, admitted to domestically violently beating his wife, and everyone's like, oh, well. Not that domestic violence is funny. That part I should specify. I do not think domestic violence is funny, but I think the fact that some people can be canceled and some people can't be canceled is why American society is laughable and hypocritical. I don't actually believe in cancel culture. I believe in, like, not to sound like China, but I believe in re-education. People are going to say ignorant things all the time because they don't understand.
Yes. The only thing that bothers me about comedy is when people use their hate and try to get away with it under the guise of comedy. It's just a joke. I just say
you have to be funny. You have to be funny. Like, you can say something you believe in if it's real. Bill Burr did a great job of saying his stance on abortion, and he was in Red Rocks in the film. It was live at Red Rocks, and Bill was talking about how my stance on abortion is weird. Like, I believe in abortion, and then the women started going crazy. He's like, women, chill out. I told you my stance is weird. Stop getting in the trunk. And then the second half of it was like, but I also believe that it's murder because if you have abortion, then you're no longer pregnant. I forget how he said it exactly. But he did like a very good job of explaining what he thought, his opinion, and still making it funny. And he's, I think, the best example for that sort of thing.
I love Bill Burr, and I know he's like comes across like he's a male chauvinist, but he makes it so funny, and it just like you just buy into it.
Male chauvinist.
What?
I don't think he's male chauvinist.
No, I said he comes across to some people like that.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
No, I think it's funny, and I think it's his persona. I bet you $1 million it's not what he's really like.
Maybe not. I think it is what he's really like, and it's just like anything in comedy, right? It's a seed of truth expanded.
All right.
How was featuring for Jimmy Earl? I don't know him, or I've never even heard of him.
You have to meet him. I mean, he's like it's like being around a guru, and I don't mean in knowledge. He's just so at peace. So like his whole approach to those he has coming on the show is to feel them out when they get there, see if they're relaxed, listen to them if anything's bothering, tell them to chill. I walked in the first night in Sacramento. He says, your eyes are red. Lay down and take a nap. Like he kind of mother hens us all and make sure that we're good.
You're saying he's secretly Jewish.
It's the best thing I heard all day.
So you featured for him in Sacramento or here?
I did it one night in Sacramento and then two nights in Vegas.
How did you find out about it? Were you friends with him or you asked him on the thing?
I was volunteering at Harvey's Comedy Club doing thousands of things, and he came there for the Portland Comedy Fest in 2019.
Oh.
And he was so interesting. They had me interviewing the comedians that came through the festival, and I interviewed him, and I didn't want to quit. We did like 5 hours that night because he's so interesting. So we bonded, and I sucked at the time. And so then he had me do a guest spot a couple times at LA Comedy Club and told me I killed. And so I said I got a lot funnier. You know, can I come to Sacramento? And he goes, I can do better than that. I'll have you be on Wise Guys. And then I wound up getting the most amount of people there, so he had me feature.
That's great. What happened? So sorry, tell me, you said he told you killed at LA Comedy Club and then you kept in touch and then you just wrote him and said, I'm a lot funnier since then. See, isn't that nice? There's so many people who hate so much in comedy that when someone's nice, it shouldn't be like this. But then when someone's nice to you, it's a huge deal. But it should just be normal.
I know, it's so rare. I mean, he made me feel like I was the most valuable thing he's ever seen, you know? Like he said in Sacramento, the first night, he said, you killed. And then the second night at Wise Guys, he said, you smashed the hell out of Sacramento. And then the third night, he said, forget about the last two. This one was the best ever.
That's great.
You know, like when do you get those kind of accolades? Just
well, and you know what, you go out of your way to support all the comics. I see you at Wise Guys every week, even if you do block my time. I'm just kidding.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
I'm just messing with you. And you have like a meetup, right? Where by the way, I tried to do that a long time ago in Fort Lauderdale when I started comedy and doing the meetup thing, and I got kicked off a meetup. And I had to like beg them to let me back on. So I can't do anything like that anymore. But you show up, you support people, and you watch comedy. I'm going to be honest. Comedy was like unfun for me for the last few months. Just so much hate and so much dragging. And I think we talked about how I take Adderall for ADD and there was a shortage and it was affecting me because you're not supposed to, I usually took it for like writing, but not before I performed. And it was like affecting me because I was having to take it too close to when I performed, and it wasn't fun anymore. It was feeling like work. And then I was in Orlando this last weekend. My improv gig got canceled because of the hurricane, but I was at LOL in Winter Haven and I saw like my old friends and we were just joking around, being stupid. And I was like, oh, this is, I want to have fun. Like, I want to have fun again. And it was too hard. Like, Vegas, I love Vegas, but it's not the easiest scene in the world. It's all, I wish I worked more locally, honestly, but it's hard. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of famous people here. It's as you know, big boys club. And so I do a lot of traveling. So I have to like figure out how to build something here myself too on top of it. I've got some stuff in the works, but honestly, I'm old. I know it's not fair to say I'm old to you, but I feel like I am a 90-year-old in a 29-year-old body. And
you have an old soul. You do.
I really did. Like, even when I was younger, like I used to volunteer in a nursing home, and all the nurses will make me deal with like the 101-year-old like curmudgeon-y guys, because I get along better with like old dudes and babies than I do with people my age.
Me too.
And that's part of the autism. You get it? Partly the autism. I tend to say my inside thoughts out loud.
I get it. I totally get it.
That's shitty about that guy. You'll have to tell me in private who that was, so I can know to stay away from them. But that's just, I wouldn't take that shit personally.
No.
Like, that's all about, my dad used to tell me that like anything someone says to you or about you has more to do with the person saying it than it does about the person they're saying it about. It took me a long time to learn that, but it's true.
It is,
And comics in general are very, very, very insecure. And the most dangerous thing is an insecure man. That's how we get school shooters.
I had a lot of people do weird stuff about that. Like, one person posted that I did a guest spot for Jimmy Earl. And I'm like, I wrote privately and said, it wasn't a guest spot. Could you change that? They never did change it. Note to self, stay away from that person.
Well, yeah, maybe. If you think they really meant it like badly. But the thing is about Wise Guys, right? Their feature is 15 minutes and they call it like special guest. So maybe I wouldn't write off that guy unless he does something else. Just because Wise Guys, the way they run it in Vegas, it's not like because it's a Vegas show, everything is shorter, right? Everything is shorter. Like, even like if you see the LA Comedy Club calls their feature special guest, even though they're a feature, you see it on the ad. So I want to take that too personally. It's kind of a Vegas thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It just felt so great for Jimmy to tell me I got to feature, that I wanted to be recognized by my peers as featuring, but you don't always get what you want.
Yeah, said the Rolling Stones. But I mean, anyone who was there, I mean, the most important thing is you did a good job. Look, comic build your fan base, not your comic base. And
That's
Jimmy likes you.
yeah.
And you have gotten a lot funnier. Even like when I saw you at the roast battle, do the pre-show, it was like miles above from like the first set I saw you do.
Oh, wow, thanks. I've
I
kind
was
of
like, oh wow, that's hilarious.
what's that?
So no, say it again. Sorry, you cut out.
I've kind of come into a little bit of who I am, and everything is revolving around that kind of period in my life.
That's good. You like saw your
Yeah.
voice. And you've worked with a lot of great people, so that probably helps too.
Yeah. Brushing up against great people.
Yeah, I
I
heard
love
Jim.
to I love to study comedy. I will watch every comic at an open mic. Sometimes you're looking for just one good thing they do, but you're going to find some.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who like. There's a lot of great people at those mics.
Yes.
Well, it's been 20 minutes, right? That's what we normally do. We do 20 or a half hour. 20, right? Because I have no
Yeah.
patience.
Yeah.
And I have to go because today, after my doctor's appointment, I've got 2 shows for Kathleen Dunbar. I am doing over at the summit, and then I'm headed to Wise Guys to run some stuff, and then I'm going to Amy Schumer show because my friend Mia Jackson is opening for her.
Who is?
Mia Jackson.
Wow. Will you give Kathleen a hug for me? I love her.
Kathleen's the best. I don't think she's going to be there, but I will definitely send your regards. I think probably only Miss Get is there.
All right, perfect. Well, you have a fabulous day. You got great things. And December 16th and 17th, Wise Guys Vegas.
Yes, and we'll go do our military stuff. I'll see you soon.
Yes, bye.